The minute you drive through the gates here, you're struck by the scale of the property, the manicured detail of the gardens as you drive down, winding your way through to the great house. It is such a fitting place to have such an incredible cellar. We're here in Los Angeles, in the heart of Bel Air, at Chartwell, the estate of the late Jerry Perenchio. Mr. Perenchio was a very astute businessman. One of the many things he did was put together the fight between Ali and Frazier, which caused really a sensation around the world. He also brought Elton John to Los Angeles and really launched his career. Another aspect of Mr. Perenchio's business life was television and working with artists and building up Univision to what it eventually became. Mr. Perenchio had a very, very close relationship with his grandfather, who was one of the biggest influences in his life. His grandfather purchased 100 acres of vineyards and then founded Crestview Winery back in 1935. I think that probably planted the seed for his love of wine. This is one of the greatest collections of mature wines of the legendary vintages from all the greatest producers. What first struck us about the list was the amazing quantities of both Domaine, Romanée-Conti and Petrus. They're the two most valuable wines in the collection, and their quantities, when you start looking at it, are truly staggering. It's always important to taste wines from any collection so you can verify the condition and the provenance of the wines. I think my all-time favourite from the tasting was the Romanée Saint-Vivant from 1978, which had great purity and freshness, and I think everyone was just in awe at the tasting. I think the biggest surprise of the tasting for me was the Brunello di Montalcino from Biondi Santi. It had enormous life to it, with a great minty concentration and a very long licorice finish, and for me that was the best example I've ever tasted that wine. Inspecting a cellar of this scale is a huge logistics operation, a huge team effort. My colleagues are already at work downstairs. Let's go down and join them.
The first time Jamie and I walked in the cellar, we both looked at each other and sort of just said, wow. We were blown away at how organized it was, the racks, the wooden cases. The vast majority of these wines were purchased in the late 80s and early 90s when Mr. Perenchio was building Chartwell. These wines have not moved. They are perfectly stored, the provenance is excellent, and as a result, you'll see that these wines are in phenomenal condition. Walking through the rows of these cellars, you see a wooden box to your left of Petrus. You see to the right, Domaine de la Romanée-Conti. Up ahead is Leroy. These are the best wines from the best vintages. Domaine Leroy is blessed with historic vines. You walk around the cellar here and you see all of Domaine Leroy's greatest wines. One of note is the 1988 Richebourg, which only 2,000 plus bottles were made. Really breathtaking. There's such depth in this collection. Pinot Noir, Cabernet, Burgundy, Bordeaux, from all the great regions and great vintages. It's really a collector's dream to have the opportunity to see and purchase such great variety.